Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. I told my fiancée we're not getting married unless we get a prenup, and she lost her mind. Mike, am I the asshole for wanting a prenup? Absolutely not. I own a logistics company that I built from scratch, and I recently proposed to my girlfriend of 4 years. What's her Instagram? Nah, it's for market research purposes and whatnot. She said yes, but ever since I mentioned wanting a prenup, everything's gone downhill. I tried to explain to her that it's not because I don't trust her or think that we'll fail. I just want to be careful. Stay alert, stay alive. I've worked too hard to build what I have, and I want to make sure that we're both protected no matter what happens. Like this video if you think he's full of shit. But she's taking it completely the wrong way. She told me that if I really loved her, I wouldn't even be bringing up something like that. Yo, the gas prices are at an all-time high, but apparently so is gaslighting. That I must be already expecting things to go bad. Then she said, maybe we shouldn't even be getting married because she don't want to be with a man who wouldn't want to provide for the woman he says he loves. Good idea. You just saved yourself a lifetime of pain. Now, I love this woman, Mike. I don't want to lose her, but I also don't want to lose everything I've worked for if things ever fall apart. Oh, nah, you're going to lose something, my boy, but the choice is yours, which it is. I'm trying to reason with her, but she's making me feel like I'm the bad guy for just wanting to protect myself. Am I wrong for asking for a prenup, or should I just give in and trust that love is enough? Yo, my man, the writing is on the wall. Y'all gonna get married without the paperwork. She gonna put in enough time just so she's entitled to something. And as soon as her feelings change, because feelings is fleeting, they change like the wind. As soon as she wake up one time and be like, oh, I'm bored, or I had other aspirations, I didn't think this was gonna work, she gonna hit you with the Aisha and Steph move, and then boom, y'all gonna be down at divorce court. She gonna be taking you to the cleaners. She gonna wrench your pockets. And you gonna be sitting there talking, I thought love was enough. Nah, love is never enough. Marriage is, okay, yeah. A lot of people do get married off of love. I think that is a serious proponent of it. But all in all, marriage is a business arrangement. Because you could be with this woman till the day y'all die. You could set up even paperwork, a will, a power of attorney that if anything happens to you, she gets this or whatnot. If you're incapable of making decisions because you were injured or something like that, she has rights over this. Y'all don't have to get married for that. You could set paperwork aside to make sure she's good in the event that anything happens to you, right? So when you get married, that's the government getting in and saying, yo, if y'all don't work out, now we gotta think about all the times the government gets involved in your business. Taxes. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of legal issues. Anytime the government steps in, it has something to do with business in some sense. Whether it's law, whether it's financial. So being that they have a say over your nuptials, lets you know it's a business arrangement. So both people should go into that business arrangement doing what's best for themselves. Now, a prenup don't mean, oh, if we don't work out, you don't get nothing. You can set it up to where you're like, all right, boom, look, every year we're married, you get, let's just say your business is crazy. You get 100 bands for every year we're married. But you gotta be married to me for a minimum of 10 before you get anything. Something like that, right? Or, maybe do 6. Okay, cool, she gets 600 racks or 500 racks, however you wanna set it up. But you basically, the prenup is just the rules of what happens when it's time to go. So you don't got somebody in the road behind the bench being like, yeah, she gets half. And now you sitting over there starving. Because you got employees, you got all this overhead. And now she at home, playing house with another dude, spending your bread. This is like some Nicole Simpson and Ron, whatever his name was. The dude who got clipped by the juice, him. So it's like, you don't want that to happen. So yeah, get the paperwork. If she's not with it, then save yourself the headache. Because I guarantee you, if you sign that wedding, y'all get married and you don't have a prenup, it's gonna go downhill, bro. And I'm not gonna feel bad for you. Because I'm giving you the game. The fact that she's so hell-bent and saying, yo, we might as well not even get married then. You know why she's saying that? She's saying that because she's like, oh, he's not gonna be the kind of victim that I need or I want. She needs to go she's not getting married to just anybody. She's gonna only marry somebody that she can dig her claws into and just gut them when it's time to bounce. She want to live the soft life without you being a part of it. Because imagine this. Imagine if you could go to your job every day. You got to work 10, 12 hours a day to get the kind of money that you're making, right? Imagine if you could get that same kind of money or even like 60% of that, and you don't even got to leave the house and do anything. Who wouldn't want that? That's basically what alimony is most of the time. She don't got to cook for you. She don't got to clean. She don't got to do none of that stuff, but she's still getting the benefits that she was getting from you when y'all were together. Sign the prenup, and if she don't want to do it, walk away. Yeah, it might hurt in the beginning a little bit. Damn, I loved her. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with her 4 years. We didn't did all this together. Yeah, but you don't want to. I don't love nobody that don't love me back. So if she's not willing to marry you without that, then she don't really love you, bro, and you're gonna have a hard time later on down the line. That's my advice to you. Stay alert, stay alive. My marriage is over, but my wife is threatening to blackmail me if I make her leave. So Mike, my marriage is completely falling apart. 50% of them do, according to the stats. My wife straight up told me she don't love me anymore. Nah, that's nasty work, but the ugly truth is most certainly better than a pretty lie. And ever since then, things have gotten really toxic between us. One night it turned into a small domestic incident when she started pushing me, and in self-defense, I grabbed her wrist to stop her. I didn't hit her, I didn't push her, I just held her wrist and I kept telling her to stop. Like this video if you think he's full of shit. But I know how that would look if the police showed up. Me being a man, her being a woman. You got the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of public opinion. Now she's refusing to leave our house, even though the relationship is clearly over. You said our house, not yours. She's threatening to call the cops and say I hurt her if I try to make her leave. Nah, here's an idea. How about you leave? She's basically holding that over my head while she's saying she'll leave when she's ready. What am I supposed to do in a situation like this? Please help. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You don't have to kick her out. How about you just dip? Because I'm telling you right now, this is the recipe for you going to jail. Y'all gonna keep having a little resentment towards each other. She gonna say something, you gonna say something. She gonna pop you in the head. Your blood gonna start boiling. You gonna backhand her like they used to do back in the days. You know what I'm saying? And then she gonna call Jiggy on you and you're going up the creek. Soon as the 5-0 pull up to the residence and see the welts and the black and blue on her face, you're getting handcuffed, buddy, and you're going right down to the bookings. And now you got the domestic on the record, and now she's at the crib with her new dude, getting her back blown through the mattress, getting her cheeks clapped while you sit in the cell and possibly getting your cheeks clapped, depending on whether or not big homie cousin had been locked up a little too long and you look like a sweet treat. It's gonna be nasty work for you, my boy. So I'd advise you to find a friend, a family member, a relative, whatever you want to do, and then be like, yo, let me crash on the couch before I beat Shorty's head loose and then end up down in the slammer, because it's gonna be ugly for you. That's the first thing. She don't want to leave. Cool. You already said the marriage is over. It's falling apart. It's getting toxic. She's like, I'll leave when I'm ready to leave. You know what that is? That's just another way for her to have control over you. She's getting a thrill from that. She feel like she's empowered, knowing you can't do nothing about it. Yeah, I'll leave when I want, homeboy. What you gonna do about it? I wish you would. I'll be right on it. Yeah, officer, he hit me. I'm afraid. Please come right now. Then they gonna come with the Roscoe's drawn out. You know what I'm saying? And it might be a hashtag for you if you don't get out of there. You know what I'm saying? On safe. So my advice to you, bro, is just pack your stuff up and dip. And then if she tries to stop you, you turn the tables on her. You let her put a little scratch on your neck or something like that. Then you call 5-0 on her, but like, oh my God, she's crazy. I'm trying to leave. She scratched my neck up. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to play a victim. You got to straight dial down the thug, dial down the toughness, and then act like a straight girl and call Jiggy on her. And if she lets you leave freely, then now you got the answer to your question. You pack your stuff up. Maybe if you think that's not going to go smooth, maybe you call the law enforcement, say, yo, me and my wife, we ain't seeing eye to eye right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want things to get heated and escalate. I'm just trying to get my stuff and leave. Can y'all send an officer out so they could supervise me packing my stuff? And I'm going to tell you right now, she ain't going to have no self-control. She going to test the officer and do something like push you or something like that. Then he going to see right then and there, oh, Shorty's bugged all the way out. So then in the future, for whatever reason, you go to pick up some mail or something and she come out with the rah-rah and you just, you know what I'm saying, you haul off on her one time. I'm not telling you to do that. This is YouTube friendly. We don't beat on women, you know what I'm saying? I believe in self-defense, but you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you just get up out of there. But you might come over there one time, pick up an article of mail or something, and she come out with the, you know what I mean? And then you got to, yeah, and then the cops come, they're like, nah, we already know Shorty crazy. She on Lorena Bobbitt type time. He cool, sir, just grab your stuff and leave. Man, go in the house where we take you back down there, you know what I'm saying? Get you fingerprinted. So you got to build the paper trail just in case you try to bug out. But I would take my stuff and leave. I would have an officer, a constable, a sheriff, any type of law enforcement that could come and supervise the move out. And then once you move out somewhere, then y'all figure out how y'all gonna, you know what I'm saying, get rid of the apartment, the house, whatever y'all got. I don't know that situation. I don't know if y'all got a crib with a mortgage or whatever, or an apartment, you know what I'm saying? But you need to leave temporarily until she calms down and y'all can sort that out and do something amicably. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that word is, I can't help you. You need to look it up. But yeah, you find, you know what I'm saying, find a spot to crash, a homie or something, stay there till everything dies down, and then be out. You know what I'm saying? She already told you she don't love you no more. So her staying there is just a way to just really just walk all over you. Don't be a floor mat. Stay alert, stay alive. I have low self-esteem and lack confidence, which led me to be in a relationship with a hobosexual. Mike, I really need some advice, but please be kind because this is a sensitive one for me. I've always had low self-esteem about my looks. It affects my confidence, and honestly, I've carried a lot of insecurity for a long time. What's your Instagram? Nah, it's for market research purposes and whatnot. A while back, I met this man who I felt was way out of my league. He's very attractive, the kind of guy who turns heads when he walks in a room. Did you meet James Bond or something? The thing is, he doesn't have a job, a car, or even his own place to live. Like this video if you think he's broke as shit. But because I knew I wasn't the most attractive woman, I figured if I helped him out, you know, paid for things, supported him, took care of him, sugar mom taking care of Jody from Baby Boy, nasty work, then maybe I could keep a man like that by my side. I thought I was winning by just having someone who looked that good next to me. Just remember, everything that glitters ain't gold. Sometimes it be moissanite. But now it's breaking me. He doesn't treat me right. He won't be seen in public with me, and he never introduced me to his friends or family. Introduce him to the front door. One day we ran into one of his friends, and he introduced me as just his friend. Time out, technical foul. That's the square root of nasty. I smiled in a moment, but later that day I cried in the bathroom. I was humiliated. My friends keep telling me that I don't deserve this, but it's easy for them to say. They're all beautiful and dating good-looking men who actually respect them. I just don't know what to do, Mike. I don't want to feel like this anymore, but I also don't know if I could walk away from someone like him. Can you please give me some real advice? Thank you. Damn, this is a tough one, baby girl, because having low self-esteem, lacking confidence, being insecure about things, that's a horrible life to live, man. And honestly, no one deserves to live that life because all the things that are insecurities or lack of confidence or low self-esteem are usually based on the way that we think other people view us or what we lack therefore, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you got going on in your life, maybe you're not the most attractive and you grew up like that knowing, that's self-awareness. First of all, let's give you a shout out for that being self-aware knowing. But some chicks be like, yeah, I'm a baddie, and nah, you just look like a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Not you, I'm just saying there's some that ain't really self-aware, or they got the fake confidence where they just say the most outlandish things and hope that other people will believe it because deep down inside they know that that's not the case for them, but they just come off like that, like they're confident. They're really not. So at least you're self-aware to be like, you know what? I know I'm not the most attractive, so if I can compensate by doing other things, then maybe I can get this kind of guy. I'm gonna tell you right now, my hairline is cooked. I'm iced out skull head. You know what I'm saying? Lost my hair at 27. I'm young. 27 with the roof of the coupe missing. The cul-de-sac coming in, now that's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? Some chicks be like, oh yeah, look at your hairline. And that can affect your confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never had a six pack. I was trying to get the tapered V. So when the beads of water come down my body, going down to the pelvic area, the joints I was messing with would have been like, I never had that though. I used to have a little bear belly for the longest, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting slim and trim, but it was something I just had to work on. So me knowing that I didn't have the best body or the hairline was fried, you know what I'm saying? Like Popeye's chicken. Or not knowing that I didn't have the most money. Go out with some, dudes. I had friends that was in the NFL, dudes that had crazy bread, even if it was from operating outside of the lines of the law. And I knew that chicks from my city or my neighborhood or whatever will be seeing them and be like, oh, watch out, who's that? He got the icy necklace on. So that can all affect your confidence. And there's been times where I'm like, oh, I know I can't bag her. She way out of my league. Just like you said, dude was out of your league. But here's the thing, right? Well, whoever you believe in, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe on, whatever power above us that you pray to or you believe in, that thing or person or whatever entity will put the person in your life that's meant for you, who will look at you and they see beauty. You be seeing them joints on My 600-Pound Life, they stay with a man. And them dudes be in there frying chicken in the bedroom with them and all that. They love them women, you know what I'm saying? So if them joints could get something, I know you can get something who will love you, respect you, cherish you, all that, and not look at you like, yo, you less than. I don't want to be out in public with you. They gonna look at you like, yeah, this is wifey. You see that? I can't wait to get you back to the crib. And you know what I'm saying? Well, let's keep it YouTube friendly. You know what I'm saying? Little PG-13 action. So yeah, so I understand that it can feel disappointing at times where you're not as pretty or as beautiful as you want to be, especially when you jump on social media and every time you swipe, there's a joint on there with mad surgery. Look, you know what I'm saying? Khloe Kardashian, bro, she looked like a lumberjack 18-wheeler truck driver. She got the bread. Now she look just as good as Kim do. So you looking at that and be like, damn, I ain't really nothing. Look at Khloe. Nah, Khloe gonna have kids that's gonna be built like a middle linebacker. They got the wild square jawline, you know what I'm saying, the Orthol James Simpson frame. Yeah, that's the real her. So comparison is the thief of joy. All of us go on these social medias and see people posting a highlight reel. Oh, I'm in France, I'm on this, and you're like, damn, I ain't ever, you know what I'm saying? Nah, don't do that to yourself. You beating yourself up, causing more issues that you don't really need to have. Learn to love yourself first, because no matter what, no one will ever love you more than you'll love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, how could you expect someone else to love you? You got to come to the table full of love, full of happiness with yourself, and then that person just compliments it. And if that person don't see it in you or they don't feel like you're attractive, nah, don't kiss their ass. Be like, yo, what's up? You don't want to go on public with me? Next. Yeah, there might be a little spell in between you finding the right man, but I'm telling you, it's better to find a right man a year or two from now than deal with the wrong man in, you know what I'm saying, in a interim. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel bad because even though I don't know what you look like, I feel bad because you're telling me that. I feel bad because you're telling me that this is how you feel, and I can't imagine what a life is to live like that, because I'm not like that. I'm like very confident, you know what I'm saying? And so even the times where I felt like not as confident as I should be, that gave me like anxiety. So I can't imagine waking up every day hating the person that I see in the mirror. So learn to love yourself. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just looks. I don't know if it's your body type, your weight, whatever the case may be. If it's an overweight thing or a body type thing, work out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person, I'm against surgeries, but if you think getting a surgery to, you know, enhance your appearance will take your self-esteem to the next level, then I say do it. But I'm gonna tell you this, it's not gonna change how you feel on the inside. If that's the case, I don't even know if that's the case, but I'm just telling you, it's not gonna change how you feel on the inside. You gotta love who you are just the way you are, and then no amount of surgery or nothing is gonna make you feel better about loving a person who you naturally are. And if there's things you could do to work on it, go ahead, by all means, do it, but learn to love yourself now and then work on those things. So I hope everything works out with you. Kick homeboy to the side. Homeboy don't got a place to live. Put him out. Show him you ain't gonna be getting treated like that. You don't need to have him on your arm to feel good about yourself. Kick dude out. He's a hobosexual. He need a place to live. If you wasn't able to provide that for him, he wouldn't even be talking to you. So keep that in mind when you go give him the eviction notice. You gotta go, my man. Leave the keys to the wheel on the coffee table and bounce. Go find one of them joints that you like to be, you know what I'm saying, in the public with. That's my advice to you, babe. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment telling me what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure to read it in a future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.